Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM23 Newton Heath, episode 55. First off, this is my first recording since I've returned from vacation. Welcome back. I'm still jet lagged. I'm still trying to get myself sorted out. I've got so much going on. It's going to be about a week before normalcy returns in terms of a recording schedule, as I've got a lot going on. A week till the tax deadline. Business taxes take significantly longer, and no, I don't pay somebody else to do it. It's part of my job. So I've got much to get done. I would have done it weeks ago, but I was preparing to go on vacation and trying to keep the channel going, and so I took care of those things, and now I take care of this thing. Well, anyway, we're back at it here with Newton Heath, and I've got to remember how to play a game, period. It's been a while. No, it shouldn't be that hard. It's like riding a bike or, playing football, soccer. We should be able to get out there and do the job, right? Shake off the rust. Well, anyway, if you recall, we are a team that is not quite good enough for League One level, but certainly good enough to be well clear of the drop. But this is not the league. It is a league opponent, though. We are playing Lincoln City, and Lincoln, who are about 5 spots above us in the standings. Today, we play them in the Johnston's Paint Trophy, and for this one, if you recall, this is that whole under-23s Premier League side competition. Last year, we just barely missed going out or beyond the initial group phase, losing on goal differential alone. This time, we get through. We get through quite comfortably, and we're into the second round. Likewise, Lincoln City is here into the second round, and they are our opponent for this draw. And what we get with this draw, as I had to go check the rules because, well, it's a new competition anyway, and I'm just not terribly familiar with it. Vaguely familiar with it, but not enough to know all the rules. Well, anyway, what we are facing rule-wise, as we just hang on to that ball with that double slide tackle, that could have been an ankle breaker times 2. Times 4. A lot of studs coming in on that one. Well, anyway, this is straight to penalties if tied after 90. That is what we are facing today. But we are also facing circumstances that are a squad that is a bit haggard. Numerous injuries, a suspension, some tired legs, as we've had multiple matches over the last little while. And yes, I have progressed the league a bit. I don't remember how far it's been, weeks with the vacation and all, but we've got definitely not our first 11. Shaq Ford, who was, of course, our main guy, but he's only got a number of appearances and a couple goals so far this season and a 6.6 rating to get started. But he brought in fresh legs because Dale Taylor has played too much. 10 goals, not great rating, really, but 10 goals. He can get the ball in the back of the net, but not necessarily great. Ndweni is in to start. Lapalo Bai has finally been found out. He is struggling in League One for the first time. He's been our man for a number of years. One of our key performers, he and Shaq Ford, really. And they both... Clearly, the step up to League One has been a bit much for the two of them. Moore is in as like our 4th man, and because we have no other options, and Martin started tired and is already tired and may not see out the rest, we might have to go to our 5th man on the depth chart at a position that is already probably our weakest. So that is concerning. Also, a injury to Casanova, our 3rd string right back in, doing okay so far in that one. And then we also have concerns here in the center of the pitch with Baggett facing a multi-game suspension in the league, but at least he's able to play today. Terry is a bit tired. Whew. Okay, that was exhausting. Let's play the second half. With what was a very balanced first half, Both team producing the same number of shots, same number on target, a similar XG. Really not much in it so far, but a bad turnover there is one that we fortunately get away with. First off, we retreated very well to get back in position and not be outnumbered as it appeared we would be at first, as Shipley hangs on and gets more and more with the cross to Ford. Ford does get purchase on that. He gets enough power there, but as he had to retreat, it wasn't a lot of power. The keeper is able to get a grip on that one and ended that particular highlight, and that's been the only shot of the half so far. They do count one on that attempt there, though that was pretty wild and looked nowhere near threatening. Okay, we've played an hour. We're easily into the second half here. Martin has picked up a yellow. We're going to have to be making subs based more on fatigue than anything, as we are, well, struggling. Powell, not a defensive mid. McConnell, he's got to come in. We're tired. I don't want to exhaust everybody over this. By the way, next up on the calendar for us is FA Cup, second round, against the League One leaders, Wickham. And Phillips gets that in the back of the net. Bottom corner, squeezes that one through. Bit against the run of play. They haven't done anything here in the second half. Not that we've done much either. Great through ball there. Really poor pick out from Powell. Powell should have had that, man. Springett gets the ball into Phillips. Phillips puts it in the bottom of the net. Good goal. Yeah, changes still hadn't even gone through. Bull is quite tired. Hey, we get the equalizer. Bag it. All right. Nice. Okay, hey, it is back on. Casanova taking the free kick, going to the far post, and Baggett just rises above his man, gets beyond his mark. I'd like to make a change, but it's not tight offside, but we're good. We're good. Baggett, yeah, upper corner. Let's go ahead and make the change that I was just thinking about. Here is the change that I'm thinking about. Yes, we have Bloxham on the bench, but Shackford's doing okay. He's playing okay-ish for now. We're going to drop Shackford into the position here to get Joseph Bull out and rest. He desperately needs it. And we'll bring on Dale Taylor for a little bit. The better goal scorer that he is very much Shackford, only better. We'll see what he can do. Bloxham available for us in a pinch here. How many? 2 to 3 stop? Okay, we do have extra subs. You know what? Let's. Sorry, Shackford. While we're here. So a couple subs. We'll have 2 left. 1 more stoppage available to us. It's already the 83rd minute, but we'll think about maybe somebody who's good at penalties on those remaining 2 subs. We got 3 guys really available on there. We'll think about that here in these final minutes, but let's do 2 for right now. I'm definitely thinking about this might go to penalties. I mean, this is a game that has not had much in it as Lapalo by. Ouch. Golden opportunity on that one. Time. Okay. Watching the time. This is getting tight here. Okay. 90. Stoppage. Let's take a look at what we have in Andriucci as a penalty taker. He is 11 finishing. He is 7 penalty taking. That's not great, but that's certainly not bad. Marcus Muir is struggling since getting dropped to the bench, but he really hasn't dropped to the bench. He's played plenty. I don't know why he is struggling here, but his finishing is an 8. His penalty taking is an 8, and that is probably an upgrade on someone here on the bench. So let's see, Casanova. Nope, he's good. Baggett is not. Baggett is somebody you would want to sub out for something like this. Terry is a little bit better than Baggett, and Shipley is quite awful as well. So either Shipley or Baggett, both quite tired, and Baggett's having a better game. So maybe, just maybe, we want to throw Muir in for Shipley, and then Muir and Terry will swap positions for the final couple minutes here. Okay, there's one upgrade. We have one sub remaining, and Andriucci was pretty decent. So let's see who, really, of any of these 4 or 5 guys, would need to come off the most. McConnell, poor penalty taker. Moore is bad at both. Lapalo by a 2. Oof, yeah, okay, Lapalo by it is. All right, so we have subs for the shootout, and we have 1 second remaining. Final play, and the ball is on the line and in, and it's not going to go to a penalty shootout, and that ball was easily saved. After the initial save, keeper just needs to dive on that thing. That's just rolling on the line, and he's just standing there waiting for it to slowly roll across the line. Same with the team, and that's the final kick of the game. Amazing that they're gonna provide us additional time here, and we lose it. We lose it in regulation with last kick of the game. So we were prepared for the shootout, and it never comes. Neither team even see a 1 in XG, but 3 late goals, but only 1 going our way, sees us out of the Johnston Paint Trophy. It's not a competition that matters. I just wanted to get out of the group stage. That was my only goal for the year, and that was simply because we nearly got out last year. I just wanted to get out for the sake of it, and we did. But this was a game that was balanced against a team that's slightly better than us, and that's ultimately all it was. I mean, we were very, very, very much 50-50. I think we deserved to go to penalties and see what happened, and I certainly was making the changes that would have made us a little stronger in the penalties at the end. Did we even get our sub in? Yes, it looks like Andriucci did get on the pitch, and Muir, so they did get on the pitch in those final seconds. That is probably why they gave us about 5 more seconds after that final kick, and then some. But final play of the game, dangerous free kick. That was Terry who probably committed that foul, most likely, unless it was Ndweni, who had a poor day. We certainly have some guys that can be criticized for their struggles on the day. Maybe I should have that conversation with them. But next up, FA Cup. We will check in on how the league is going following that one. Second round FA Cup, literally, quite literally, the hardest draw possible, with only one exception. The only exception being that we could be on the road instead of at home. We are at home for this one, but the Wycombe Wanderers are the highest rated team left in the competition at this point, because it is the next round where the Championship and Premier League enter the competition. But at least at this stage, there is no one higher than them, and yeah, they've been good. The only good news for us is that we've, besides being at home, is we have a couple guys available that weren't available for our match a few days ago in the Johnston's Paint Trophy, that of course we just lost in that last second play. But also the legs are a bit fresher, quite a bit fresher today. So we have seen we have seen some moves in a good direction, though Bull picking up an early yellow card and a poor rating is definitely not a good start to this one for him. We've played half an hour now. It is still goalless as Ndweni lays that off for Casanova. Martin goes inside. Shipley. And there is Mathurin. His 3rd goal of the season. Just yesterday, he and I agreed to terms for another season here in Manchester. Yes, Mathurin hits the side net for that one. Left-hand side, far post. Just beats the keeper. 3rd shot already. 1st on target, though, of the match for either side. And we lead 1-0. That is a brilliant start for us, but can we continue the momentum as Baggett intercepts that one quite easily? Bull, dangerous pass there, but Bull plays well, and Indoeni gets out into space, and so far beating his man, laying that one off deep, though he had Martin in a better position. Bull, Taylor laying it off, and Mathurin nearly adds to his tally, almost making a brace. How is that guy still in? Martin with the turnover. Indoeni. We hit the top of the net on that last one. Casanova, Taylor, and Alnwick makes a decent stop there. Not the hardest save he's going to have to make off the lightly powered header, but certainly well positioned. Bull again with the layoff, and Martin gets close. That's a save from the keeper that was on target. That was just inside the post. And again, we nearly make it too, but for a second there, I thought the referee was the best positioned player to recover that ball. He and his black shorts were not playing for us today, though. That looked offside. No flag, but we recover the ball either way. Muir, McConnell, Martin. So today it's McConnell playing in that left defensive mid spot. We have Indoeni starting in place of Lapalobai. Taylor is back in the starting lineup, and Muir in at center back, with Casanova once again having to start for the injured. No, so it's still quite a bit of changeover, but we've played one half and have dominated so far. That shot, no flag ever raised, or at least if it did raise, I didn't see it for that split second that it would have been. The referee might have allowed play to continue or not, but Bull is the biggest concern so far. And ratings wise, nobody's struggling. Everybody's got a decent rating going. Second half underway. Of course, neither team is going to have much ambition when it comes to the FA Cup. It's just a bit beyond our level. But getting out of this round would be the goal of every League One side, as you are favored too. But of course, inevitably, some League One sides will come up against each other, as Taylor goes absurdly close there to bagging our second. 55 minutes played. I don't know how Randall finds that kind of space, and great ball to Williams, and fantastic tackle from Shipley, and then a really poor positioning there leads to the turnover and the end of a potential counterattack. Indoeni, nice play from McConnell. Again, nice play from McConnell, but then his ball fed in is pounced on by the opposition, and they start their own counterattack. We've looked good through an hour. Indoeni, recovers the ball, but then looked like he was caught in the leg. Kind of gets chopped out a little bit, and the guy pounces on it. We've played over an hour. It's time to start thinking about those substitutions. Oof, looked offside there for a second, and yes, flag is raised for offside. We have all of our stoppages and substitutes ready for us. Indoeni on a yellow. Lapalobai is the normal starter. We might want to make that change. I do think that that's something to consider. Honestly, both of these guys on a yellow card, as Mathurin just picked up one as well, but he's fresher and only just picked it up. So let's go ahead and kind of go with the first couple. Lapalobai or Indoeni. Let's get Joseph Bull out of there. Is it Shaq Ford that I want to replace him with, or Bloxham? Sharp, lacking sharpness, but Bloxham is kind of the better option, as Ford is the finisher and not necessarily the creative guy. So we'll start with those two. The let's stay out of trouble kind of subs as we continue to lead 1-0 and are getting into that phase where it's time to start thinking about changing tactics. 12 minutes, time wasting. Oh, wow, Baggett so close to getting back-to-back games with goals. Lapalobai lays it off for Casanova, lays it off for Baggett. Okay, changes are coming. Let's start from here. Let's start with moderate time wasting. We do not want to pass into space. I think we want to be a little more... Well, let's go and play for those set pieces. Be a little disciplined on keeping the ball. We'll start from there. Great through ball, and Taylor offside. Flag raised. It looked awfully tight, but I'm not surprised that the flag was raised there, as even though it was tight, I think he was just about offside there. Shipley in space, but really progresses the ball quite slowly. Good idea there, as blocks him, really sets up Taylor. Good idea on that through ball, but not in the greatest position with each other. 82nd minute. Let's see what happens here. Martin, okay. Ball's coming to blocks him. Blocks him's got space. He's got Taylor well positioned. This could lead to something, but this could also lead to something. Heavy time wasting. And start thinking about the other things. Let's start regrouping and slow the pace down. We will roll it out. Hold shape. We don't need to hit on the counter. Well, no, actually, this is perfect counter kind of time. And low block. Okay, we're also going to have to change mentality. We're still set to positive. Baggett clears that out. Mathurin, nice play there. McConnell with the long ball, but it's a clearance nonetheless. They keep it. Muir. Mathurin again. Taylor, he's through. He's through. Oh, it's deflected. It's in. It's in. That could be the winner right there. I think we're going to get out of this round, folks. We're going to beat the league leaders today. Who'd have thunk it? Taylor. Deflection off the center back. Did that touch the post on its way into the net? It may have. Wow. Incredibly close. And we are going to go defensive. Mathurin. Muir. Woo. Top net. So close. They've only had 5 shots here. But are we inviting a world of hurt? Could be. But we've got a 2-goal lead. Subby. Let's make 2 of them. At this point, Mathurin with a yellow card is the easy candidate to bring out. The only sub for him is Andriucci, so there you go. No risking the yellows. We have a tired Adam Martin. We have Casanova or Shipley, maybe Powell. Fresh legs. Okay. '88th minute, entering the 89th. Time is running out, and a 2-goal lead is probably going to do this. I'm liking our chances. Into stoppage time. 4 minutes to play. 1 sub remains. 1 minute remains. Let's go ahead and throw on a sub for Martin and get some fresh legs in there. I'm going to go with Brown instead of Moore. Seconds remain. 2 goals. It's enough, folks. It's enough. We are going to get out of the FA Cup second round. Nice result for the squad here. Very nice result indeed. Heggie has agreed to new terms like Mathurin has. And we're down to about half a dozen guys with expiring contracts at this point. We've also just listed Redden, who was backup winger for us already a year ago, and with new faces, it's further down that depth chart, is now listed. Again, I don't remember how many matches went by from where we left off at the end of the last episode with the vacation that I just took, being just too much time away to really know. But Antoine on 8 yellow cards, tied for the league lead. Antoine also tied for the league lead on average rating. He's playing really well despite committing as many offenses as he has. 6 assists for him. Antoine was a huge signing for us last year, and then playing out of position. This year, we're getting him into the right position, either wing, and it is paying off. He's been the bright spot in a relatively weak squad. Now, we've only played 19 matches. The league is all over the place. Lincoln have only played 17. Many clubs have played 20. It's hard to draw even comparisons across the league when you're all over the place. But 19 is pretty much average, down the middle in terms of the number of matches played, and we find ourselves sitting 15th, 25 points on a -1 goal differential, 7 wins, 8 losses, and then 4 draws to really keep us quite balanced. Almost right in the mid-table kind of range. And like I said, comfortably outside of the relegation zone, which right now the bottom four are very much the bottom four. 3 points separating Fleetwood from Accrington Stanley, 12 goals separating them. There's a pretty clear bottom four, and it's not us. We were picked to be in that bottom four, but we're not there. And Wickham, the league leaders, on 40 points. They're plus 15 compared to us. They're plus 18 on the goal differential, so plus 19 overall over us, and we just managed to beat them 2-0. So we are capable, but we're not there. As the reputation increases of the squad, we're going to find signing the players that are going to get us there a bit easier. So we are going to continue to progress pretty quickly through this season. We still have one side competition remaining, and that is, of course, the FA Cup, that we will now enter the third round. But with the addition of the Championship and Premier League sides coming in, chances are that our draw will be even harder. But we just survived the hardest draw you could possibly have. We'll see what we can survive in the next one. All we needed to do was be competitive. We've already done that. Papa John's, okay, whatever, trophy. I'm not sure what I was calling it, but either way, the Papa John's trophy reached second round. That's what we did, so we've achieved that. Carabao Cup, third round. We've achieved well beyond the be competitive state of that one, but we're already out. So really, with probably only one match to go, I would expect, in the FA Cup, unless we get a favorable draw, we're really going to just kind of cruise through the league in the next, I'd say, 1 to 2 episodes, and kind of wrap up the season and see that reputation build, and then have the ability to, bring in some better guys. But we also do have a January transfer window coming up. We are a month from that time. I think that's where we're going to be picking up for the next one, unless that FA Cup third round match is still within December. I don't quite know or remember where that next match is going to be. Next match date will be coming up, I suppose. Schedule may show that now. No, not. Yes, there it is. FA Cup third round, January 8th. Okay, so it's already inside that window. So we will be picking up with January. We have 6 league matches. 3 on the road. No, 4 on the road and 2 at home. Accrington Stanley is definitely one of the easier ones in 20th place, but Oxford is 13th at home. Bradford City. Is that even still considered a rival for us? It might be on the road. They're 23rd. Walsall is 8th. Birmingham is 24th. And Wickham at home. Despite having 4 road matches, we could score some points. We could definitely score some points. But I would think, I wouldn't be surprised if we had, 7 to 9 points, maybe 2 wins, a couple draws possibly, and a couple losses through that stretch. It really could be rather balanced as we go through that period and enter the January transfer window. But I'm curious on that Bradford City one, so we might pick up with that. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.